We know that communication is a two-way process. In the previous video, we have learned about communication, its meaning, and its different types. In this video, I am going to discuss different components or elements in any communication process. The main components are sender, encoding, message, media or channel, receiver, decoding, and feedback to the sender, and the process carried out in a cyclic order. Sender. The sender or the communicator is the person who initiates the conversation and has conceptualized the idea that he intends to convey it to others. The teaching learning process going on inside the classroom, the teacher is regarded as the sender of the message, whereas in any other communication or communication situation, any source of knowledge, that is man or material, can be regarded as the source of the communication. And the sender begins with the encoding process, wherein he uses certain word or non-verbal methods such as symbols, signs, body gestures, etc. to transmit the information into a message. The sender's knowledge, skill, perception, background, competencies, etc. has a great impact on the success of the message. Message. Message is referred to as the information conveyed by word, as in speech and write-ups, signs, pictures or symbols, depending upon the situation and the nature and importance of information desired to be sent. Message is the heart of communication. It is the content the sender wants to convey to the receiver. It can be verbal, both written and spoken, non-verbal, that is pictorial or symbolic, etc. The content of communication or message may be well organized and structured, or unorganized and unstructured, or spontaneous, depending on the nature and purpose of communication and the media chosen or situation prevents at the time of communication. Media or channel. Media or channel refers to the way or mode the message flows or is transmitted through. The message is transmitted over a channel that links the sender with the receiver. The media in general takes two distinctive forms: verbal, that is spoken or written words, and non-verbal, gestures, sign language, body language, Morse code, etc. It may be transmitted through a memorandum, a computer, telephone, cell phone, apps, or televisions. Since each channel has its advantages and disadvantages, the choice of the proper selection of channels is paramount for effective communication. Receiver. The receiver is the person for whom the message is intended or targeted. He tries to comprehend it in the best possible manner such that his communication objective is attained. The degree to which the receiver decodes the message depends on his knowledge of subject matter, experience, trust, and relationship with the sender. Decoding. Here, the receiver interprets the sender's message and tries to understand it in the best possible manner. And effective communication occurs only if the receiver understands the message in exactly the same way as it was intended by the sender. Feedback. The response material or feedback may be defined as the reaction or response signals that is in the encoded form transmitted back by the receiver on the part of the receiver to communicated message after it is proper decoding, interpretation and understanding in order to maintain the flow of communication. The effectiveness in the flow is dependent much upon the quality and effectiveness of the contents. It is through feedback that one may evaluate the outcome of his communication. Thus, the quality of communication as a two-way process may thus be properly maintained through a proper feedback from the receiver and its subsequent follow-up on the part of the sender. Internal barriers. The root of the internal barriers of the communication lie in the sender and the receiver of the message. These are poor physical health or illness, poor background in terms of previous learning and general knowledge about the subject of communication, poor mental health and improper psychological makeup such as prejudice, non-attention, feeling of insecurity, anxiety, depression, and dissatisfaction. Handicap in understanding the symbolic expressions, verbalism, and graphical representation, etc. External barrier. The roots of external barriers of the communication lie in the environment conditions prevailing at the time of communication. These conditions can be noise and other similar distractors, polluted environment, invisibility, environmental and physical discomfort, improper functioning of the communication channels involving audiovisual materials and equipment, no cooperative or unhealthy rivalries and competitions among the participants, lack of proper motivation, incentives, zeal, and enthusiasm needed to remain active on the part of the sender and the receiver. Now, what is communication? Discuss its process in details.